Hey, it's JC here at JC's Comics and More, your pop culture superstore at 6725 West Central Avenue. That is Toledo, Ohio. 43617 419 531 6097. JC's Comics and More at hotmail.com. Going to be talking about something here that talking with one of my customers, some of my customers yesterday, just occurred to me, but also going to let people know real quick that this Saturday, the 13th, I am going to be out of the shop for a small amount of time. I was invited to a retirement party for one of the guys at UPS. Since I've been going there picking up my comics from UPS, and that he gave me an invitation for his retirement party, and it's just some of the good customers that he enjoyed having throughout the years. So I want to go there and see his retirement party, and certainly thank them again, that him and one of the other guys, I'm sure he might be there as well, for everything that they did over the years. That those guys, very professional. I'm going to certainly miss Rick and miss Gary, and leaves Eddie as the original three when I went there. So I'm going to be probably out of here from 3 to about 5:30 on Saturday, but I will open at 11 on Saturday, and I'll stay open until maybe 8 o'clock if there's still people coming in. I apologize for closing. Check to see if I can get a friend of mine to see if he could watch the shop for me. He unfortunately was not able to. He had gotten a promotion here in town, works for the city, and I'd like to say congratulations to you, Mr. Pope, on your promotion and your new job there. So thanks again, and I certainly appreciate everything that you've done and helped with me in the past. But let's go over here. I've got some books set out because DC, of course, is leaving Diamond, and that's no surprise there. I think everybody knew about DC leaving Diamond. It's been all over the news here lately. But one thing I don't think anyone thought about, and I didn't think about it until yesterday, talking to some of my customers. And we know that AT&T, they don't care about, they really don't want to publish comic books. They don't care about publishing comic books. But is there a possibility, because there are some comics from DC and Marvel, some of the last issues, like the last issues of Supergirl, that are going to be digital, that is it possible that AT&T license out their comics to another company like Dark Horse or IDW or Boom Studios or whoever? And if that happens, I got to thinking, Superman, will Superman be part of that? Because Superman, I don't think, is wholly owned by DC anymore. That you look at any Superman book these days, or anything with Superman in it, Superman, created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, by special arrangements with the Jerry Siegel family. What if AT&T, let's say Dark Horse, so just say they just throw them out there just because, and not because that they might or might not be. It's just to throw them out there. What if the Jerry Siegel family has a clause in their contract, or maybe has their contract rewritten, and they want Superman maybe published by someone else? What if they're like, well, you can have your comics published by someone else, but you won't have Superman? And that also does include Supergirl. So you look in the inside of this Supergirl here. Supergirl, based on characters created by Jerry Siegel. Superman created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster by special arrangements with the Jerry Siegel family. And also, it includes Superboy. We'll just look at this latest Legion, or this Legion. Superboy created by Jerry Siegel by special arrangements with the Jerry Siegel family. Now, what if that happens? What if the Jerry Siegel family decides we're going to shop our creation or our father's or our grandfather's creation elsewhere? What does that mean? Superman's no longer published by DC. I mean, this almost happened back in the 80s anyways. Jim Shooter, I think, the story goes something along the lines that they were approached, DC approached Marvel to buy several of their characters and they passed them up. But this time around, say that, they decide to not publish comics anymore and license out their comics to someone else. And again, the Jerry Siegel family's like, well, no, we're going to look elsewhere. And guess who's going to jump all over that? Disney and Marvel. Disney and Marvel is going to jump all over that. And, because, gosh, what kind of a juggernaut would that make Disney Marvel then to have Superman? Which also means they may have the licensing rights and maybe even more importantly, the film rights. Now, here's something else. I've got some of these books set out here. If DC loses the rights to Superman, this Batman Superman hardcover no longer be available from DC. Crisis on Infinite Earths no longer be available because it's got Superman. Countdown to Final Crisis. Here's something else. It's Batman Volume 6. It's like, oh, it's just Batman, but Superman appeared in the story. So this book is no longer able to be published. Justice League compilations, trades are no longer able to be published. Justice is no longer, Kingdom Come is no longer allowed to be published if DC loses the rights to Superman. Which again, not saying this will, this is a possibility. No one else, I don't think, has talked about this. I have not seen this elsewhere. And watch online, watch for the copycat videos that come out of everyone else talking about this and discussing this now. Of course, they'll have better graphics than me. Myself, my videos are raw. What you see is what you get. Maybe at one point I'll have good fancy editing. But say that Marvel does get Superman. This character here, Super Soldier, guess what? He will become a reality in the Marvel Disney Superman universe. But this is something to think about. Again, as I was talking to some customers, Mr. Patrick, talking to him and talking to some of the other ones. I might have been talking to Matthew and I'm not sure who else. And also, just real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Jeff from Flint, Michigan, that he purchased a Batman Flash button trade that's going to be shipped out to him. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your purchase. I appreciate that. But again, who knows if DC, AT&T decides to stop publishing comics, because AT&T, I'm sure they don't really care about publishing comics. We can see that with some of the moves that they've made. I think it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. But again, if they decide, well, we'll just license them out to IDW, again, there may be something there that the Marvel or the Jerry Siegel family might decide that they want their creation taken elsewhere. So think about that. Make your let me know what you think about this in the comments. And again, say this does happen, that these trades, all this stuff here that has Superman in them, these things will skyrocket because, oh, you need your Batman Volume 6? Well, can't get it from your retailer anymore. You can go on eBay, it's selling for $60, because we see that all the time with trades, collections that are out of stock. People can't find them anymore. They're only available on eBay, and of course try finding them at a decent price. Anything that's out of print, it happens to. So that would be certainly a very interesting Very interesting if that happened, because you can say, you know, it'll be a bidding war between Disney and AT&T. AT&T would not want Superman to lose Superman, but Disney would certainly want Superman also. How much would Disney or AT&T pay to keep or to get Superman? $5 billion, $8 billion, $10 billion, $15 billion? The Superman franchise is very lucrative. How much would they pay? And would it be, you know, a 10-year contract, a 15-year contract, a 50-year contract? But again, this is something I was thinking about, like I said, thinking about yesterday, and curious what everybody else thinks about that. But other than that, hope everybody is having a great and had a great New Comics Day. My friend Trike in Wisconsin, I feel bad for him that he wasn't able to get some of the Batman issues that came out yesterday, and hopefully Diamond will be able to take care of him with whatever they have. I know I got, you know, my shortages that you saw, or my damages on the Batman 92 art germ covers. They were not able to fill those immediately. They went to back order, which means they may or may not get filled. But anyone, if you do like these videos, as always, be sure to subscribe first and foremost. That helps the channel. We're well over 1,000. Thanks to everybody that's gotten us over the 1,000 mark. Be sure to like the video. That helps the channel immensely. Be sure to share this video. Share this video on whatever social media programs you have. And be sure to hit the bell for notifications, because you just never know what is going to be, what's going to come up next, what I'm going to, what kind of videos I'm going to do next as far as unboxing or whatever. And again, you know, I would be very surprised if I don't see lots of copycat videos of guys talking about this subject, because again, it's a possibility, right? I mean, it's a what if, right? Or an Elseworlds. I mean, this is a possibility. DC Comics maybe could very likely lose the rights to publish Superman. Excuse me. Again, I don't know what the contract says, but who knows? It's a possibility. If you got lawyers involved, that's certainly a possibility. Other than that, thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody that supported the business during the virus, and those who continue to support the virus, like Terry, like the guy from Alabama, and Ben from St. Louis, and Donna from Kentucky, and everybody else. I think Robert in Pittsburgh, and got a guy down in Dallas and the Bronx, and lots of support, and those around this area also. But thanks again, and hope everybody has a great, safe weekend. Thank you.